Welcome to episode 1 of the Break 40 Challenge. We're starting off on level easy. And what I mean by this is a par 34. This entire course is a par 68, and it's also very, very short compared to other courses. So this is definitely going to be an easier one to accomplish. Hit my tee shot off to the right into 12's fairway. This is a very open course as well, which also makes this challenge easy. I had about 170 something to the pin. Hit a 6 hybrid right onto the green there. It was a good start for the challenge. Also, while I'm talking about this is going to be a challenge that we continue into the summer, and we're going to be doing different courses. A lot of courses will be a lot more difficult. The challenge with this is we're always going to play from the blues, so that's another thing that we'll be doing in this challenge. Started off with a par here. Usually I start off with a bogey or a double on that hole, so it's always great to start off with a par there. Second hole here, 160-yard par 3, by far the shortest hole on the course. I hit a good one off on the fringe on the back end. I'd rather be long than short here because short, you're in the water, obviously. I hit this chip. The green was running away from me, so it was kind of hard to stop it. Here was my putt for par. I left it a little short. They had aerated greens about 2 days before this. So really, and even before they aerated the greens, it was already running a little slow. So it's kind of hard to determine the pace on these greens. Here was hole 3, a 377-yard par 4. Hit my tee shot off to the right, just on the other side of the cart path. Still had a good look in. I just had to avoid these trees at all costs. And I did not do that whatsoever. Went right into the trees. Luckily, I got a safe bounce on the other side, and I had a good look at the pin. Here was my third shot here. Nice chip up there. I had a good look for par. I was a little happy with that one in the moment. I thought I was going to bogey this hole, to be quite honest, after that second shot. Here was my putt for par. Made sure I read this one because I did not want to miss this. Put that in for par. We're 1 over through 3 holes. Going into the fourth, this is a downhill 333-yard par 4, so if I really get a hold of this could go about 290. Hit a good one straight down the fairway. I think this one ended up going about 270 or 280. Here was my second shot, a nice little wedge into the green. I think it was about 60 or 70 yards, no pun intended there. There was my approach shot. Very, very good shot for me. I had a nice putt for birdie. Lipped out, unfortunately. Tapped that in for par. So now we're 1 over through 4, and typically, to be quite honest, I'm actually playing good today. Usually I'll probably be about 3 or 4 over by this point. Here was my tee shot on the 5th. A pretty good tee shot overall. Went right across the cart path onto the other fairway. It's kind of hard to explain. There's 2 separate fairways there, and the cart path separates it. I got onto the upper tier there. Here was my chip onto the green for my second. Not the best chip overall, but it still worked out. I had an uphill putt. Once again, kind of hard to putt on these greens today. Left that one a little bit right. Tapped that in for par. Can't be mad about that. Here was hole 6. This is a 166-yard par 3. I hit a dart at the green. I thought this was going in. Obviously, this shows how bad I am at golf because I thought it was going in, and we still had about 20 feet for our birdie look. Here was my putt for birdie. Not an overall bad putt. I'm happy with that. Got it within tap-in range for par. So now we're sitting 1 over through 6 holes. And this is a very easy, once again, very easy course, but we're off to a hot start here on the challenge. Here was the tee shot on the 7th. Hit the shot really fat. And I was about 30 yards short, 20 yards short maybe. Here was my chip for birdie. I just had to get this close enough to tap in for par. Very, very happy with this. It was playing a front pin. As you can tell, I surprised myself there. Did not think that one was going to be remotely close. Here was my putt for par. Barely snuck that one in on the left edge. 1 over through 7. Going into the 8th, this one you can really bail yourself out left here, and right is big, big trouble. So I always tend to aim left, and if I slice it, I slice it. And in this case, I went dead straight. This is also downhill a little bit, so it went quite a long ways. Here was my second shot going into the 8th. I got way under this. I was hitting out of some rough. Yeah, bad shot. I thinned my third, but watch this. This is probably the luckiest play from the old Mr. Mulligan here. Bladed it, but it worked. Here was my putt for par. Ideally, I should have made this, and I hate that I already just spoiled what's going to happen. But yeah, trash at putting. Terrible, terrible, terrible putter. Here was my tap in for bogey. That put me now at 2 over through 9. So all I couldn't do here was quad. If I got a 9 on this hole, we'd shoot a 40. And so really I was trying to play safe here. It started raining a little bit. That's obviously why I have my rain suit on, in case you guys haven't been able to tell. This tee shot, I hit off of a tree and it bounced backwards. So this drive only went about 170, which was fine. I played a low shot to get it back into the fairway. I chunked it, so it did not go as far as I had wanted it to. But we're back in the fairway. I think I had about 200 to the pin. Hit a 6 hybrid. I was just trying to really get it down there to get within a chip and a putt, just to escape with a par there. Here was my chip on the here's my 4th shot on the 9th. There's my chip. Very, very good shot for me. I'll take it. My wedges were kind of dialed today, and I think that's why I was actually able to play as well as I did. Typically, when the wedges don't show up, my game doesn't show up, but tap that in for par. That put me at a 36 for the round, so we accomplished our first goal here, which was break 40. Once again, we're going to have a lot of different levels, a lot of different courses to try out, and it's just going to get more and more difficult as we continue to go through this challenge. But here was my scorecard for this attempt, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and follow for more.